everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. Today's card project features stamping foam. And today I'm gonna take some of your great tips and try the foam again. I think I got better results and I'm excited to share these cards with you. I'm curious to know what your favorite of the two is, so be sure to tell me in the comments below. And let's get into it without further ado, shall we? Those card projects are coming up next. So here are the core products that I'm going to be using today. Plus I have a few other things, but today I am going to use a tip that many of you told me to check Simon Hurley's, the way he uses his blocks. And I'm going to do what he does and attach it to a bigger block to get more pressure on my impression. But I've got a few embossing folders. In fact, I'm not sure yet which ones I'm going to use, but I got a few with a nice pattern. And then I have a new release to share with you. This is, let's see, what did I name this? Well Wishes. So I have this stamp set and it's all designed around supporting people in how they are feeling, both physically, mentally. I really think it's important to lift up people and remind them that we're here for them. And that's what inspired this. So coordinating dies are available to cut out the larger greetings. Plus I wanted to show you there's a standalone word and shadow die here for you. And it cuts out a nice generous shadow, but I wanted you to see it's the exact same size as what is in the stamp set too. So if you love the look of this greeting, but you don't want the whole stamp set, you could get this die, which cuts out one word and then has the shadow layer as well. Or if you have this stamp set and you don't want the full die set, but you buy this die, it will also cut out the here for you. All right, let's begin. I have some heavy duty masking tape, I guess this is called. I don't know. Let's I shouldn't be using my nails for this, but I'm going to. And here's what I'm going to do. Take a nice big chunk of it off, tear it, go like that, right? Lump it. I can't speak today. Does it matter? No. Well, you know what? I'll go this side. I don't know why. I'm going to pop it on the back here, smooth it down, and put this right on the center of the brick. And again, many of you told me, check out Simon Hurley because he puts his foam on a brick. Now, here's the thing. I am going to have to use the forearm trick. Oh, there's a lot of dust on this old Costco sweatshirt. But still, this is probably going to give me a better way to use my foam, right? I'm thinking, well, we're going to see. Let's get our heat tool. I'm going to go ahead and warm up this foam so I can get my impression out of this image is the one I'm going to start with. So let's go. All right, I'm going to open this up. Okay, that just went flying. And I'm going to press this right in here. I hope it's hot enough. I want to get more of that. And I'm going to press with my forearm. But you can kind of see, that's a great shot of my forearm, isn't it? If you have bad wrists, I'm going to turn this a little too. You know, you got to make do. And so I find if I just press with the forearm, nothing hurts. But if I were to just try to press it with both, I think, or I could even just go like that, kind of rock it. I can do that, but I just gotta be careful with how I do it. Okay, should we see? Should we see what kind of impression I got? Let's take a look. Oh, that's actually very cute. Now, of course, I did the part that comes up, but did I want the part that comes down? Huh. You know what? I actually think I wanted the other one. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to melt it out. Look at that disappear. Isn't that cool? All right. Now, let's try it again on the deboss side. I want to get as much of that flower as I can, and I'm going to turn it because that's easier. Press. The old forearm trick. Or you could also do that. The side of the hand and then pressing, right? That'll work too. I just want to make sure that I'm getting a good impression here. I think that's going to be, oh, I could sit on it too, but I'm not going to sit on it today. Now let's see. Oh, that looks good. See, that's what I wanted. I wanted this to be sort of the deboss, all right? Next up, we are going to try something. And this is another thing that I saw, and I'm going to link to both the videos that I saw with this, but someone had recommended that I go look at Natasha Foote, who has a wonderful YouTube channel. And I'm going to try something I saw on her channel. Okay, so I'm going to get this really coated up with my pink ink, okay? Really get that on there like this. Now you know me, I love the pinks and oranges together. And that is what we are doing today. So, going like that, getting this on here, all right? I'm going to take a little piece of scrap paper, and I'm just going to press that off a little bit. And then I'm going to bring in some orange and swipe over that. All right. And now we're going to see what happens. Oh, I did get a little pink on there, but not too much, not too bad. I'm going to take a tiny bit of Distress Spray. Just give it a wee mist like that. It's probably fine. And let's pop this down right onto, oh, well, now I don't want my paper. I think I might have gotten a little too much mist there, but let's give it a try. That. And I don't think it really matters which side we do, so we're going to go line it up and press. Now this press, I probably can be a little lighter because I don't think I got that centered either. I think I'm completely off, and that's okay. It's a workout. It's a workout. Let's see what we get. Now that's actually quite pretty. Isn't that nice? You could go that way. I think that's really cute. Let's see what happens, because someone also said, Cathy, make sure you do the next layer. So let's do one more just so we see the difference. Okay. And again, lining this up the best of I can. See, the block throws my eye off, but okay. Let's do this. I can also go down, knuckles down, as long as I keep my wrists straight. That is kind of the key here. And I don't know, this one might be prettier. I do not know. Or flat will work. Let's see what this one looks like. Well, you know what? That's pretty too. It's just a different look. So we have a couple. I don't know, I think that's pretty nice. So I think this idea, having the block mounted, thank you for that tip, because I think that is going to help me get better foam impressions. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and build this into a card, and maybe this one too, because this one's so dreamy. All right, let's get this cleaned up and then I'll continue. I'm going to snip this apart, and if you ever get these that are sandwiched in where the shadow layer, we do this so that we can actually save money on the metal and have these kind of nested together. These little bead-alon clippers, they work great. You just snip, you know, get that little point right in there. Usually there's enough room, and then you can wiggle the other one out if you like. You know, you can twist it. And then what I like to do is make sure, well, make sure you go on the right side. Make sure to get as many of the little pointies off as possible so that you don't, find yourself bleeding on future projects. Ask me how I know. Oh, there was red on this. Had no idea. Yeah, so these little friends, they work great. All right. I also like to clean up sometimes the shadow layer too, just in case when you're twisting off, you somehow manage to bend that little friend and then it pokes into your cardstock. Although it's a little harder. See, I can see I did poke that one in, so it's a little harder to do on those. I guess that's going to have to be good to go. I'm going to grab some, I'm going to get some metallic gold cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and pop this over on my Gemini Junior, cut 2 of these out, and I'll also cut up some white ones as well so we can build up a little dimension for the cards I'll create. So here I've got a couple of the golds, and then I also cut out some layers here, and this is where I will kind of use my little pick, my craft pick, to just kind of gently poke those little remainder innards out, because then I'm not going to bend this, because see, this is all one piece, so it's a little delicate, right? You gotta get it lined up just right. And I'm going to do this with spray adhesive. I'm going to flip over this piece of scrap paper. I'm going to take one of the golds. I'm going to take one of the white backers, and what we'll do, let me get my gross tweezers. I have a couple. And anyone, well, they're not gross, but I keep some dedicated just for spray glue. Elmer's Craft Bond. Shake it up. I always test it first. Make sure it's coming out, and hold my breath and actually blow away from myself while I'm spraying. The reason is because you don't want to breathe it in. Okay. Get that out of the way. Now, get it on there. It's a little trickier because this is, it's just one of those that's going to take a little work. But again, if you mess it up, you can start over. You don't have to be perfect, although that's pretty good. Not quite there. There we go. This glue is not as forgiving as a liquid glue, so just keep that in mind when you are working to line things up. I have gotten better with practice. Let's see here, like that maybe. Well, it's not quite there. Okay, let's wiggle you down. Sometimes you can kind of pick it up. I don't even know if I have enough glue on. Oh, I do. Okay. All right, pushing that. Wiggle into place. I think that looks pretty good. Let me grab, speaking of bricks, press this down. Look at multi-purpose tool. Okay, so now I have this. I do want to use the shadow layer, and actually, here's what's so funny. I actually like the stamp off better. And what I think I'm going to do is, I think I will do, this always happens to me. I don't know if I need the shadow layer, but I'm going to do one out of Vellum and see what it looks like. Now, this is happening again where every time I try to do a Vellum shadow layer, I don't love it as much. And but I don't love that. Here's the Vellum shadow layer. If I were able to pop it up, I could. But sometimes I think just having a greeting on here would be pretty in and of itself. And maybe on this one, we could do the, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, but I forgot about the tilting. Okay, what about this? Yes, see, sometimes I don't know. I always try the Vellum. 9 out of 10 times doesn't work for me. But what if I did something like that? A little angle. Although for some reason to my eye, that just feels weird. I am going to trim these panels down using my A2 layers dies just to get a perfect panel, and then I'll get a couple card bases out that we can pop these onto. Thought I would show you the crop rather than the actual die cut. I'm just going to frame it out right about like that. I'm going to do both of them. That way I have a panel that's going to look really nice popped up on a card. So I'll go cut those both out. So here's a question. I'm going to do definitely one of these on a white card base because you know me, I love a nice white card base. But what if I did try to bring in, let me see here. I'm trying to find the right, ooh, look at that color. Well, that's not bad. Sorbet, that's from Concord and Ninth. See, I have these little swatch rings and, ooh, orange, ooh, burnt orange. I keep my cardstocks separated by company, of course, now. Oh, that's not bad. I do a lot of card projects, so that's why you may not need to have all this peach Bellini. Let's take a look at that. I don't love that as much. What about sweet mango? I mean, I could do a colored card base. I think this sorbet just looks really cool to my eye. So I'm going to cut a card panel. I'm going to have a backup white one just in case. And then we'll start folding those down. I've got my piece of sorbet here. And I also have I'm going to show this for a few times. I've got my brand new Teflon bone folder. I had an older one that was completely messed up. My bad. And now I'm very excited that I have it back. Okay. This is a US A2 card base. So when we fold down, it's going to be 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 tall. So here's the question though. Would it be nicer to have this light card on the sorbet and have the darker on the, oh, I think that's really nice. You know, because this is more of a suggestion of color, and then we would take that, just so simple right there, super elegant, and then come over here. And this is where I would say I could use the vellum if I wanted to, just to create a little separation. What do you think? Actually, I think that's better. I think that's better. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's get these off. And I don't usually do 2 cards at one time, but look at me. This is, well, in the words of Ariel, it's a whole new world. Oh, thank you. I wasn't going to sing that because I'm not really a Disney aficionado, but here we go. Let's just line up the top. Beautiful framing margin space. Pop that down there. That looks pretty good. Let's do this one too. So let's look at the top here and press. So 2 nice card bases, right? I think what I will do I want to do liquid or spray? See, I'm torn. Liquid would just take me so long to get that on there. But don't you think that is nice just as is? Like it doesn't need anything else. This one, I'm going to spray really quickly off camera just to get some adhesive on the back so I can layer it right onto the shadow layer. Let me do that real quick. I'm just going to pop this onto the shadow layer. And this is a really easy shadow layer to use. I've started making a lot of my shadow layers a little more generous. So let's pop this down. Look at, I still have my my pattern in there. All right, a little sticky. Come, oh, get off there. Okay. So there's that. And I wonder, can I pop it up? Could I cut thin enough foam squares? I mean, I could, but I'm not going to do that on camera. Instead, I will add my spray adhesive. Well, yeah, I'm going to do spray adhesive. So let me do that as well. And this one, again, I'm just working on centering side to side, the little serifs. I think that's good. Right here for you. That I think is nice. Press. Hopefully it's not sticking too much. Nope. Okay. Now, let me see if I can actually get foam. I mean, it could be done. Hold tight. Okay, check it out. I don't even think I need one there. I think that's enough. See what I did there? I think. Oh, maybe, you know what? See, that is so small. I don't know how I would support it. So here's what I'm doing. Cutting the tiniest strips you've ever seen and then picking them up. These are thin foam squares. Picking them up just like a surgeon and placing them like that. Pop. Okay. Oh, they're very sticky. I think that's the best that I'm going to be able to achieve. So now I will take my clean tweezers to help me visualize. I guess I could put some liquid glue on here, but I'm not going to. And I think I will have this floating. Do I want it to be a little bit out like that or maybe just on the side? you know, just a little on the side. I think it's kind of cute. And we'll just place that. Oh, totally stuck. Place that down like that. So that's 2 cards from my block popped onto one of these suckers, and I think that's pretty cute. I would like to add a little bit of shine. So I want to show you something very cute. These are so cute. Simon Says Stamp has bead trays with a little paw print. Thought that was very cute, and so I'm going to dump some sequins out. Now here's a funny thing, or a fun thing. Sometimes if you have a sequin mix, this is a new mix from Simon Says Stamp, one of the things that you can do, you don't use a lot of sequins, right? I mean, maybe you do, but the fun thing about having a sequin mix is you can just look for the ones that you want. So for me, for this card, right, I'm looking for the golds. And lucky for me, check it out, get off my finger there, they're all gold confetti, which is exactly what I personally would want for this card. And I've even got 3 different sizes in here, which is also outstanding. So let me get some placement, although that one looks yellow. I don't want the yellow one, just gold. But see, you can just kind of pick what you want to have, and actually you can come down here. You could be up here because you're bigger. You know, like you could do that. Let me get the positioning right, and then we will boop it up. All right, I've got my placement. Here's one of the reasons I love bead trays in general, but they just make putting your beads or your sequins, as it were, back into whatever your package was. So let's grab what we need here, which is, I'm going to grab this little Connect glue. I have been loving this little bottle from Gina K, and I think I have to slide this off to do it one at a time. All right, let's add our sequins. Come down a little bit more with that friend right there. Boop. That was so quiet you didn't hear it, but it was there. Boop. What would happen if I whispered like ASMR? Let's try it. Boop. Yeah, it's not as fun. It's not as happy. Listen. Boop. It actually sounds somewhat sinister. All right, moving on. Let's do this one. Again, I need room for my hands, so picking that up. And boop. 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 I want it to slide. Boop. I guess it's not going to slide. I think I stuck it down too hard. That's fine. That I did not stick the landing on that one. We're going to be fine. Boop. And right on that line. See how that kind of boop, just like that. And those are my 2 finished cards. So I hope, well, I want to thank those of you who told me to use the block, and someone else said, go watch this video by Natasha Foote, and it gave me some great ideas because I want to get more use out of this and, make some fun cards and create some cool things. I actually love how both of these turned out, and what I like more is it's a card that I can send to any of my friends just to let them know, friends, I'm here for you. You can find links to all the supplies I used in today's video below in the YouTube description box. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here with another card project soon. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much, and have a great day.